Republican Congressman Michael Burgess was just on a key conference call about a plan for a face-saving vote to keep taxes from going up at all. He joins us now. So, Congressman, what's the deal, if there is one?
Well, the deal is it's pretty thin. It's a technical correction to some of the language for payroll reporting to prevent small businesses from being under quite such an onerous burden as the Senate language would have placed them. And it does require the Senate to appoint conferees, because we'll still be in the same fix 60 days from now if work isn't done in earnest in the meantime. So the Senate is required to appoint people to this conference committee that the House generated earlier this week. So those are, as I understand it, those are the two main changes. I'm still trying to get some information of what happens to the physicians in this mix. They've been kind of beaten from pillar to post from the start to finish in this thing, so I'm obviously concerned about what's happening there.
We should let people know, for those who don't already know, that Congressman Burgess is also a physician, and what you're talking about, the doctor fix to keep the payments coming in at current levels to doctors who treat Medicare patients. We're going to be talking about that in a second, but I have to ask, are you one of those who advised John Boehner not to go with the Senate vote back on Saturday in that conference call?
Well, advise is kind of a strong word. That would presuppose that someone solicited and valued my opinion, but that never happened.
I hope they do.
Well, earlier in this process, I did really ask that these are all important policy pieces: the payroll tax, the unemployment insurance, the doc fix, all important pieces of policy that each deserved their own separate debate. They each deserved their own separate vote. So early in the month of December, I said, please don't do this. Don't put everything in one jumbo package and then try to push it through. This is what irritates people about Congress. You know, I can't tell you how I really feel about the payroll tax because I got to be for the doc fix. I mean, this is an odd way to do things. And now at the end of the month, here we are with this terrible fiasco that we've got. And, you know, unfortunately, the people who are going to suffer in this are the people who ostensibly we were trying to help with the payroll tax relief,
the small
unemployment insurance extension, and the doctors.
Yeah, and small business people. It's a nightmare, an accounting nightmare for small business people in terms of trying to figure out this could cost billions of dollars. But key is here, it sounds like you're still pretty much set against this as it is now, because it's a nightmare that can't be deciphered by any sane individual. If you vote against it, and enough congressmen do vote against it, is there a chance we're back to Plan A, where it doesn't? We have this standoff between the Senate and the House.
David, honestly, I don't know what all the moving parts are right now. I mean, you know, one of the big disagreements was how this thing is offset or paid for. And for the Democratic Senate wanted to do it with new taxes. The Republican House wanted reductions in spending in other areas. It looks like the Senate gets their wish. So now we've got a tax on mortgages for 10 years to pay for 2 months of relief on the payroll tax cut. I mean, does that make sense? Is that a good?
Not at all.
Does that sound like good, solid policy? And on the doc fix on the House side, we wanted to roll back some of the slush funds in Obamacare. I'm sorry, some of the unobligated monies in the Affordable Care Act. And now we're not allowed to do that. So I'm very frustrated with the process. I'm very frustrated with the endpoint.
But are there enough people like you to prevent this from passing?
You know, that's a question that, again, that I can't answer for you. And I'm in the process of gathering information right now. You know, I would say it looks like something that's going to happen. You heard all afternoon that there were people on the Republican side who said, hey, we just want this to be over. You know, it's going to be very, very difficult now to get a different outcome than what's already been preordained. But you know, tonight was very much well, it wasn't a dialogue; it was a monologue.
A monologue from whom? From the Speaker himself?
Yes.
And he was taking no opposition.
Well, there was no opportunity. It was a statement from the Speaker, and then the call concluded.
Would you go so far as to say he drank the Kool-Aid?
You know, look, I don't know what's been happening all day. At the same time, I would just have to voice to you and anyone else who asks my opinion, I'm pretty frustrated about where we are right now.
What turned him around on Saturday, though? If it's basically the same thing as what happened on Saturday, where he was turned around on the basis of talking to people like you, what turned him around? Was it pressure from the Senate or from whom?
you know, again, I can't answer that question. A question that you should put to the speaker or those in leadership. It's obviously something changed this afternoon.
You know,
And
sometimes.
I've got to tell you,
Yeah, go ahead.
calls in my really have been pretty thin. Out of 10 calls in the last 48 hours, there were 50-50, 5 in favor of going ahead with the Senate bill, 5 saying stand your ground. The 5 that were in favor of the Senate bill were from out of state. So I got to assume the 5 that were saying stand your ground were constituents and the others were not. So that, you know, the groundswell of public opinion that the president talked about, I mean, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it here in Texas anyway.
Very interesting. Final question. You know, revolts against speakers are not uncommon. In fact, there was one against Newt Gingrich. Do you think that it's possible that there may be a revolt against John Boehner and his position as Speaker of the House?
No, I don't think so. I mean, this is a big deal right now, but like so many things in Washington, things come and go. This has clearly been a problem. The next several days are going to be important, but the short answer to your question is no, I don't think so.
But it certainly got under your skin.
Oh, I didn't mean to be so transparent, but you might be right.
Good to see you again, Doctor. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you,
Michael
David.
Burgess.